What triggers you emotionally is never the other person. It's never someone else's fault when you feel emotionally triggered. It can only be your own thinking. Nobody can get inside your head or your emotional body and make you feel a certain way. In this video, I want to share with you the 3 mistakes that we make when we get emotionally triggered. Stay to the end to get the most common mistake that we are making when we are in that triggered state. Hey, hello, I am Carolina Cummins. I'm an energy healer, a self-love mentor, and a spiritual guide to help you to feel more loved within yourself so that you no longer need anybody else on the outside to get the love that you require naturally. Okay, so imagine now you have been triggered. Somebody says something to you that you feel, that's not true. That's not true at all. That's so negative. I don't like that. And you basically deny it. You push it away. You don't want to hear it. You don't like it. So you're not actually taking it in what someone has observed about you. That was just a casual remark. It was nothing serious. But you took it personally, and therefore you feel a reactive mode now. You are in this reactive mode, and you're denying what they said. And that is a sure sign that that this thing that the person said is probably true, and that you just don't want to allow it to be true. You don't want to own it, and you push it away. So there's a resistance in you, and therefore you're reacting with denial, and you don't like it, it's not true, just shut up, don't say that kind of thing. But the fact that you're reacting shows that there is some truth in what the person has said to you, because otherwise you just would not react at all. It wouldn't bother you. It would just go in one ear and out the other. So take notice when you are reacting. It is a sign, it's a guidance, and your emotional body wants to show you something. Look, there is an untrue belief that you're holding on to, or there is a behavior or a thinking pattern that you have inside that is actually not helping you. So it could be that you are negative inside, that you are always on the negative outlook. You are pessimistic, or you're putting people down, or you're judging them easily. So the first response is kind of underneath the surface level even, that you might not even be aware of, is negative. And when then somebody points out to you and says that you are maybe negative, you don't like it, because they actually hit a truth. But it's a sore truth in you, because you don't want to own it yet. So mistake number 1 is denying what someone else is observing, maybe, or saying to you. So the second one is that we just look at the other person. So you feel triggered, and now you're telling lots and lots of stories about the other person, what they shouldn't have done, that it's wrong what they did, it's rude, and what they're saying is not true again, or it's hurting you, it's like insensitive, and they did it wrong, it's their fault. And well, everybody else can do and say whatever they think. If you are not, if it's not true what the other person is saying or pointing out, again, you would not react. And we always just react because they did say something that is probably true, and you just think that they have said something that is, it's insensitive, say, and they shouldn't say that. But what is it that you are, that you are sensitive about? So it could be that you feel a lack of something coming up in a certain situation, and that makes you feel vulnerable, and the person has pointed that out. and now you feel you're in the limelight and you don't like that. You've been found out, and you think they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have put you in that limelight situation. But they are helping you. They are only helping you to uncover something that you've been hiding because you're frightened of it. You think when you're in the limelight, or when you are in a place where you are actually vulnerable, it's dangerous. But this is a person you know very well. It's a person who's close to you, and they don't mean to hurt you. They are just stating something. So they're basically giving you an opportunity to unravel and resolve something that really needs looking at. Because if you hold on to a fear, like fear of being vulnerable, you are not able to fully be present in life's situation. You are hiding. You're trying to avoid certain situations, and that doesn't help you to feel loved. You can never feel truly loved in yourself if you feel you need to protect yourself from something or hide from a certain situation, like being in a place where you are vulnerable. Of course, you don't be vulnerable with everybody, but those people who are close to you, it would be empowering to be able to be vulnerable. So really think about that. Every time you have the chance to humble yourself and actually open yourself more than you ever done before, and be really truthful and say how it really is. Say what you're really feeling or felt at a certain time. That is so empowering, and it's actually also very bonding for your relationship. And the third mistake is that we don't own our emotions. You know, we blame the other person. They made me feel like this. How is that even possible? How can anybody make you feel in a certain way? Well, they left me. Now I am completely by myself. And they shouldn't have done that. We had a good relationship, and why did they do that? Well, it's their choice. They might not have told you all their reasons, but somebody can choose to leave a relationship because they feel there's not enough there, or maybe they don't love you as they thought they did. So when you can't handle a certain person's outlook, or a certain person's opinion, a certain person's decision, then you are the one who has to strengthen yourself. You are the one who is being shown that you're not able to live by yourself, truly, totally. Because if you don't like someone else's decision, you are clinging on to them in some ways. You don't want them to do certain things or be in a certain way. So allow another person to do exactly what they want to do. They can choose whatever they like to choose. And you have to work on yourself to adapt to that new choice or decision. And then you're empowering yourself. So if you feel now alone, you feel a fear of being alone, you don't like that, you want to hold on to them, you are realizing that you're actually clinging to something. And that is your ego mind looking for something to hold on to, because that's what it always does. But when you are in your heart and you're fully feeding yourself with your own love, you are filled with your own love, and you don't need anything else from anybody else. So fill yourself with your own love by going back to your own heart and feeling love for yourself. That's the fastest remedy to overcome any emotional trigger. Now, if you like my channel and if you like this video and you want to hear more about empowering yourself so that you can stand strong on your own feet and actually love yourself more, please subscribe and like my video now so more people can see it, and so that you can learn more tips and insights, wisdoms about really empowering yourself and love yourself truly. This is what I am passionate about, to empower yourself so much and get to that stage where you really don't need anything and anybody on the outside world, that you give yourself everything, so that you are always in that alignment with your own love. You're always basically feeling love for yourself, or you're feeling at peace, and you are able to allow other people to be exactly as they are. You don't need to change life as it comes to you, and you don't need to control anybody or try to change anybody. That's when you get to the place of true empowerment and true self-love. And that's when you can love yourself unconditionally, because you are feeding yourself with your own love. Until next time, have an amazing day.